Good morning, students. After a long time, I am here to present another chapter, that is packing. You have all done very well in the examination, but one thing I would like to tell you, which we have observed, that most of you did not work very hard. Most of you copied from Google. This is not correct. You have to study properly. You have to go through the lessons. That's why we are making these videos. That means you should go through the videos, know about the characters, listen to your teacher's instructions, and act accordingly. This is very important. So I hope you'll all follow this. Okay, so today I'm going to start the chapter Packing. Packing by Jerome K. Jerome. Okay, this author was an English writer and humorist. He had a miserable childhood owing to his parents' early demise. His childhood was not a happy one because he lost his parents at very early age. Jerome described his experience of poverty vividly in his autobiography, My Life and Times. He is best known for the comic travelogue, Three Men in a Boat. This is the most famous composition of Jerome K. Jerome. Other works include the essay collections Idle Thoughts of an Idle Fellow and Second Thoughts of an Idle Fellow, Three Men on a Bummel, a sequel to Three Men in a Boat, and several other novels. These important works of Jerome K. Jerome is notable. All these works are really notable. What is there in this chapter, Packing? This is a very humorous account of the acts done by three friends. So let us see the theme of this chapter, Packing. Packing is an easy task. This is known to everybody. Packing is a very simple task. But the three clumsy friends in the story created so much confusion and chaos that packing, a simple activity, is completely messed up. The fun and humor is really interesting. This is the theme of the chapter. And now, what is the message? The chapter humorously describes the do's and don'ts of packing. Packing should not be treated as a frivolous activity, but as a serious task that involves concentration and deftness. We all know that packing is a very simple and easy task, but it needs some system. We have to apply some strategy. We have to be systematic in doing so. This is completely lost in this story. You will really like the fun and humor and also sometimes irritation created by the three friends. Okay, so now I am going to the chapter, and today I am going to tell you the summary of the chapter. You have to read the whole chapter properly and listen to my summary and try to understand what is there in this chapter. Okay, in this chapter, in where Jerome, Harris, and George are three friends who are about to set out on a journey. These three friends are about to set on a journey. The story begins with the important task of packing stuff for this journey. This is so natural. Whenever we go out, we prepare ourselves with our stuffs. Okay? Jerome, the narrator, overestimates his packing skills and tells his friends to let him handle it all by himself. Jerome was interested to do this whole packing himself, so he asked his friends to do so. However, his real intention is to make George and Harris do the packing under his supervision and guidance. Means he wanted to boss the packing done by his friends. But his friends take his advice seriously and, to his great shock, stretch themselves comfortably, leaving him with all the running around. Though irritated with their attitude, Jerome straight away gets busy with packing. So he started the packing quickly because he was irritated by the attitude of his friends, because his friends wanted him to do the packing. After a long drawn packing session, he finally straps up the bag and his final packing was done. Both his friends watch him quietly, and when he is done with packing, Harris declares that the shoes have been left unpacked. Now Harris reminded him of the shoes which was not packed. The bag has to be reopened again to accommodate the shoes. And irritated Jerome is just done with packing the shoes when he is reminded of his toothbrush. So the another thing was left. That was the toothbrush. This was quite irritating for Jerome. Unsure about having packed his toothbrush, Jerome has to empty the bag and hunt through all his contents to locate the brush. Now he was finding his brush desperately. After a lot of efforts, he finds the brush in one of the boots. And anyhow, the bag is packed again. So what is lacking here? The systematic way of packing the things. What to pack first, what not to pack, how to pack, and what to be done before packing. Things should be arranged at a place. Okay. The next query comes from George regarding the soap. Jerome is so irritated by this time that he does not even bother about his query and straps up the bag. But the very next moment, he has to unpack it again, as he had packed in his spectacles by mistake. Eventually, it is past 10 when the packing is finally done. So one more thing was left here, that was the soap. Okay, but Jerome was so irritated this time that he did not even bother about it. Okay, keeping in mind the amount of time taken by Jerome to pack the bag, George and Harris decided to pack the hampers themselves and show Jerome the real art of packing. Now both friends came forward and they wanted to show their packing skills. So they said that the leftover things, the hampers, would be packed by them. Now see what humorous, what fun they presented here. However, they are equally clumsy and break a cup at the very outset. As they started the packing, they broke a cup. This is followed by squashing a tomato. After that, they squashed a tomato, treading on the butter and smashing the pies by putting heavy things on them. Salt flies all over while they are packing. So they have completely messed up the packing. After peeling the butter off George's slipper, they try unsuccessfully to squeeze it into the kettle. Now the butter was stuck into the slipper of George, and they squeezed it somehow into the kettle. They finally scrap it and put it down on the chair. Afterwards, they placed the butter on the chair, and then very funny thing happened. Harry sits on it and the butter gets stuck to his back. Is it not very clumsy? Does it not show that they are so lethargic, so lazy, and not alert? Yes, they are. Okay. Then both these men go about searching for the butter all over the room. When Harry sits on it and the butter gets stuck on to his back, both of them started searching. Later, George locates it behind Harry's bag and it is packed in the teapot. After scraping from his back, the butter was packed in the teapot. So how can one pack butter in teapot? Is it the right place? Next funny occurrence is done by his pet dog. Their pet dog was Montmorency. Montmorency, their pet dog, contributes his bit to this exercise of packing by sitting on things, okay, climbing into the jam and crushing lemons as though they were rats. See, what very strange and funny activities done by this pet dog. Finally, the packing is done by 12:50 at night. And this is followed by a discussion on the wake-up time, and George is so tired that he sleeps off even before the time is decided upon. Jerome and Harris decide that 6:30 in the morning would be the right time to get up, and then they too go off to sleep. What happened then? So this is how they completed the packing work, and they decided to get up at 6:30. So here you have seen how packing was done in a messing manner, in a clumsy manner, where things are messed up, not by the three friends, but even by their pet dog. So a very nice message we have got out of this very simple and easy task, that one should be systematic while packing things. One should be systematic while packing things. One should be very serious while packing things, and should concentrate while packing things. Packing should not be considered as a frivolous task. Okay, so go through the lesson and try to understand each and every occurrence yourself. You can take help of this summary. Okay, thank you.